lengthy one is on the budget, and I've looked into it in some detail, and last year they came back because you assumed too much in park revenue and you had to juggle some stuff and you got there. This year I have like 6 items that are really questionable, and I can't see anybody at the Division of Local Government Services approving this if they didn't like the parks. I mean, again, you have the parks, which is supposed to go up in revenue, which is hard to believe considering that you're getting rid of $500,000 in appropriations. You're going to have whoever doing the greenskeeping, and you're expecting to make more money by putting less into it. You know, I don't know where you're going to stick those old greenskeepers. I mean, I don't know where they. I mean, by now you probably have more county employees working at warehouse at Runnels than you have actual patients. The second item, clerical income, realty from real estate transactions, that's supposed to go from $6 to $6.7 million. That's astonishing. Now again, the Division of Local Government Services is going to look at that, and I can't see anybody passing this. Morris was flat or even lower, but to assume a 12% increase in realty transfer fees and clerical income, that's just absurd. The other item, God, FEMA. In the operating budget, there's $187,500 for FEMA. Now, to me, FEMA is, I don't know, that's emergencies. That's not supposed to be a regular income. I mean, that makes no sense. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking this is the kind of item that would be in some, you know, backwater hick town that, where, you know, jury duty is their major industry. I mean, we're expecting FEMA money in our budget? I can't see that passing. I've never seen that in any other budget. The other, number 4 on this list of budget things, it says trust fund balance. Now, that's all, just trust fund balance, $750,000. It seems to go against the, what a trust fund is. So this looks to me like you're raiding a trust fund. And, you know, I can't. The big items now, Delaney Hall, which is a halfway house in Newark. And I guess you're expecting a check for $7 million or $5 million from the state for that. But the state hasn't passed their budget, so I don't know how you can expect it or whether or what that's for or whether you'll get it or what the probability is, but to even have that in the budget when it's not approved seems odd. And the last, and I'll segue this into the third point too, is there's a budget item for UCUA for $2 million. Now that probably has something to do with that deal, Covanta deal, where you extended the lease and added a lot more debt in there, and they kicked you back $2 million to run the budget. You basically refinanced the mortgage. But that deal hasn't been signed, and that deal is questionable. There's so many issues with that. If you look at it objectively, that deal is costing like $40 million when you take into account all the debt going out to 2045.
Mr. Patterson, could you wrap up your comments?
Sorry.
Okay, last two quick points on Covanta then. What's that was this spurred by that Bergen County lawsuit that just stopped? And what about that head of UCUA who's suing Covanta? Any comments on, you know, whether that has merit? It was a suit for fraud, which is, you know, bizarre, or there's nothing to it. So I hope you got all that. I've got notes I could leave here if you want.
I think I'm going to ask Mr. Sanatelli to come up again and try to respond to your questions. And I'll ask counsel to follow up with his.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The realty transfer revenue and the county clerk revenues are consistent with what we anticipated them to be last year. If my memory serves me correctly, the realty transfer revenue is anticipated at $3 million, and I think we realized somewhere between $2.8 and $2.9 million in 2010. The county clerk fees is anticipated at 3.7. I think we realized something in the area of 3.3 to 3.4 million. We've submitted justification to the state of New Jersey on those two items, and we're awaiting discussion from them and their approval. As far as the FEMA revenue, if everyone recalls the December 26th blizzard, there was a declaration of a state of emergency, and as a result, we had approximately $250,000 to $300,000 of costs to be submitted, of which we'll receive about 75% reimbursement, and that's what that item of revenue constitutes. Trust fund balance, if everyone recollects, there was an item that I requested of the board to cancel $600,000, I believe it was, from uncompensated absences or compensated absences for individuals that would be able to leave with $15,000 for their sick time. That was overfunded in our analysis, so I recommended that we cancel that, and therefore we're utilizing this in the budget. The last item was Delaney Hall, I think.
We want them to be right.
The Delaney Hall revenue is something that we feel we're entitled to, and, you know, again, that'll be evaluated by the state, and the UCUA money is, again, associated with the refinancing at the UCUA.
Thank you.
Thank you.